Hello, Crossroads students. This video will summarize Unit number 4, Who's the Boss? As you know, Crossroads Cafe is a series, and this is number 4 in the series. And so I will read the summary of the story. The summary shortens the story and tells you what happens without telling you every detail. Unit 4, Who's the Boss? Jamal was an engineer in Egypt. He designed bridges and highways. Now he is a handyman at Crossroads Cafe. Jamal is trying to fix the cafe's alarm system, but he's having a few problems. Mr. Brashoff is waiting for a phone call from the restaurant news. He wants the newspaper to write about Crossroads Cafe so it will have more business. Jamal asks to go home early. He and his wife, Jihan, are going out in the evening. They're going to a special reception for an important man from Egypt. The man used to be Jamal's boss. Mr. Brashoff says, "Of course you can leave early for such a special occasion." Jess is in the cafe. He doesn't hear Catherine when she talks to him. Mr. Brashoff decides to talk to Jess about his hearing problem. But Jess gets angry and leaves the cafe. That night, at the reception, Jamal meets some old friends from Egypt. His friends talk about their jobs, and they want to know about Jamal's job. Jamal says, "I'm in the restaurant business now." He doesn't say, "I am a handyman." Jamal is embarrassed because he doesn't have a professional job anymore. The next day, someone from the restaurant news calls Crossroads Cafe. A reporter is coming to interview Mr. Brashoff, but he doesn't know when the reporter will come. Mr. Brashoff decides to go to the bank. While Mr. Brashoff is at the bank, Jamal's friends from Egypt come to the cafe. They want to surprise Jamal, but he is not happy to see his friends because they think he's the boss. Jamal decides to act like the boss. That makes Catherine and Rosa angry. They don't know about Jamal's friends in the cafe. Finally, Jamal tells Rosa and Catherine his problem. They decide to help Jamal, and they pretend he is the boss. But then Mr. Brashoff comes back from the bank. He asks Jamal, "How is the burglar alarm coming?" Jamal tells Mr. Brashoff to fix it right away. Mr. Brashoff is very surprised. He asks, "Who is the handyman around here?" And Jamal says, "You are?" Then Catherine takes Mr. Brashoff into the kitchen. She tells him about Jamal's problem. Now Mr. Brashoff also pretends Jamal is the boss. He apologizes to him. Jess comes into the cafe. His ears were cleaned, and now he can hear, but he is confused because Mr. Brashoff calls Jamal boss. Henry comes to work. He doesn't know Jamal is the boss. He's confused too. Then a man in the cafe stands up. He is from the restaurant news and he wants to interview the owner. Jamal has to tell his friends the truth about his job. Jamal didn't need to lie to his friends. They admire Jamal because he left everything in Egypt to come to the United States. They don't care if Jamal is a handyman or a restaurant owner. They are his friends. The next day, Jess brings a newspaper into the cafe. There's an article about Crossroads Cafe. The title is, "Who's the Boss?" See you next time.